Hi there, my name is Whitney Bullock, and that was the Viola Excerpt B from the 2025-2026 Houston Youth Symphony Viola Auditions. So this excerpt is from Prokofiev's Fifth Symphony, as you can see on the excerpt page, the first movement. What a beautiful, powerful symphony this is. Even though I know we are all short on time, I encourage you to listen to the symphony in its entirety. In his own words, Prokofiev was trying to get at the greatness of the human soul. He was trying to evoke that within this symphony, and we can really hear that with the expansive string playing, the powerful brass motives, and it's just a really, really awesome symphony that's in our Western art music canon of pieces, and we get to do an excerpt of it. That's great. So first things first, we have to listen to it so we can hear what is going on around us in the orchestral fabric when we are working on this and playing it. So when I typed into YouTube Prokofiev Symphony 5, one of the first videos that popped up was of Paavo Järvi conducting, I believe it was the Paris Symphony, the National Paris Symphony Orchestra. I can't remember the exact name right now. But so with the audience clapping, all of that sort of thing, the beginning of this excerpt begins about 7 minutes and 15 seconds into the video. You will hear a huge cymbal crash, and then you will hear this part. And then if you scrub about 3 minutes later, about 10 minutes and 18 seconds into that video, you'll hear the excerpt that continues at the bottom of the page at rehearsal 22. Now, if you're not feeling 100% positive that you've got the right spot, there is a video with a score attached to it. And if you scrub to about 7 minutes in, you'll be on the right page of the score, but this excerpt right at the top of the page doesn't start until about 7 minutes and 5 seconds into the video. Can't remember right now who is performing that one, but because my phone is recording me, I should have written it down. But you'll find a variation in tempos amongst all the recordings that you hear. Some conductors, take faster tempos, some take more laid back tempos to try to milk all of the emotion that they can out of it. But I believe that the tempo markings around 70 that you were given, I think that that's a pretty good ballpark. If it's a little faster, that's okay. Just as long as we are getting that, again, evoking the greatness of the human soul when we are doing this. So one of the ways that we can mimic that greatness is to make sure that our rhythm is rock solid. I'm a big proponent of subdividing. If you have seen any of my other videos ever, I am always suggesting that. Like, it's not just about playing with the metronome and playing on the beat with the metronome, but really feeling what lives inside each quarter note, each half note, each note that's longer than the smallest note value in the excerpt that you are working on. So like for instance, the beginning, could subdivide the quarter notes. Now what does that do? That helps us feel within the quarter note, not only the rhythm, but when we sustain through the sound. It can really help us tap into that. Or you could dial it up a little bit, maybe subdivide into 16th notes instead of 8th notes. And then see how that informs your playing. I feel like it helps me get deeper into my viola sound because I'm feeling that the sort of the DNA of all of those long notes in its smallest increments. Don't drive yourself crazy by going to like 30-second notes or anything like that. But so that would be one suggestion I have. Even in the bottom half of the excerpt at rehearsal 22, you can probably anticipate what I'm going to suggest, but it's subdividing into 16th notes. Etc. Just to help you get into the groove of it so that when you are playing without a metronome, when you make your audition recording, you can really, really feel and lock into that internal click inside of you. So another tricky thing about this excerpt or couple of excerpts, it's basically like two excerpts within one excerpt, but some of the shifts that happen are on big octaves. So we could, this isn't necessarily subdividing for rhythm, but just kind of giving ourselves a chance to hear and practice the shifts. So in the first excerpt, going from the end of the second bar into the third bar, we have G, then another G, and then another G, and then you might shift at a different point or something, but whenever you go, whatever that shift is, really going back and forth between the E to feel that interval, that distance, just lots of exploring your viola, the greatness of your viola's soul by practicing these shifts and again, feeling them, internalizing them, having that muscle memory. Let's see, the big shift. Oh, how could I forget this at the bottom of the excerpt? So if you count backwards from the very last measure of the bottom part of the excerpt, 1, 2, 3, we do a big shift from B flat to a B flat. And there is enough time to do what I'm about to suggest, which is after you play that B flat, then you play a ghost note. Well, we practice that. I'm replacing it with my first finger, and that helps set us up for the octave coming up. So even in tempo, well, this will be a little under tempo, but set. So you didn't hear it, but you can practice setting that in. To practice that shift so you feel really great with it. You have more time than you think, like I said. And then this animato, oh man, that's hard to do with a metronome because you want to be a little faster. So just give it a little caffeine there at the end. You'll hear it when you listen to the recordings. You can kind of mimic that too. There's also tons of accidentals. Please take your pencils, write in half steps, write in inharmonic notes. What do I mean by inharmonic? Well, like for instance, the third bar of 16, we have an F sharp, up to G, and then G flat. Oh my word, well, G flat and F sharp, are musical homonyms of each other. They sound the same but look different on the page. So you can keep the same finger down. So write all that stuff in your part. And I bet you kind of know that, but I just can't stress enough, even for the most virtuosic of virtuosos, we need to write everything in our parts so that we can be on our game at every step of the way. And not to forget, again, to be expressive with this. I see all throughout, espressivo, animato, some accents, forte espressivo, forte marcato, all of these really expressive things. Also listen to the recordings so that you can tap into those sort of extra musical ideas. One thing I want to suggest in terms of an extra musical idea, it's not written in your part, but the fourth bar of rehearsal 16, I want all of us to put in a crescendo at the end of that so we can remember that we're actually phrasing to a downbeat that we don't have on our page right here. But there is a downbeat that happens. We want to show through our audition that we musically understand that. So instead of just ending that, that was boring. We got a phrase. Pretend like you're leading to a downbeat. Then we take some breaths and then start to subdivide in your head. To begin the second one. So give yourself time. Maybe not like 2 minutes worth of time, but definitely you have more time than you think to sort of reset your body, your mind, your focus for the second half of this excerpt. So I'm going to play this excerpt for you. It's already like not that fast, but I'm gonna put the metronome on. Let's see if this is gonna be slow enough. Oh, that's a little, maybe I'll put it on 50. Okay, that's 50. This is gonna give me enough time. I'm not gonna play it like super forte or anything. This is for the rhythm and to really feel shifts and clean half steps, whole steps, that sort of thing, intervals. I might count out loud some in the middle of it too. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 2, 3E and. Again, the ending of that normally would be a little bit of forward motion on the animato. I feel like I always do this, but after I really think about what to tell you, my listeners, about what to work on, I think of something else myself to work on. So this is the second bar of 16. In the rest prior to that, let's set our F sharp. So after we end the E flat in 16, set it for the So that's clean instead of just having our open hand. Like we don't want to add in an accidental open D or something like that. So we play our E flat, 1, 2, 3, set F sharp. Make it sound really clean. Okay, so now I'm going to play it through for you. The upper level of the quarter notes that is listed for you to perform this at is 70. So I will stick with that. Maybe my run through at the beginning was a little faster than that. Just, you know, we always kind of internalize prior performances that we've done, that sort of thing. But here it is at quarter note equals 70, both excerpts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two, three, four. Okay, thank you for listening. And again, just a reminder, the last two measures be a little faster. So just couldn't do that at the moment with the metronome going on. So thank you for listening and happy practicing this Prokofiev.